Dear students, for today's class, we are going to study about the topic operations on list in Python. I repeat the topic again, operations on a list in Python. As you know that we have studied about what is a list, how to access the elements in a list, how to modify the elements in a list, and how to delete the elements in a list. As you know, myself, I am K.S. Praneeth Chaudhary from the Department of Computer Science of SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. So, our topic is operations on list in Python. As you look onto the screen, we see a table containing the basic operations available in Python. There on the screen we see a table containing 3 columns, of which the first column shows the operators or expressions. The second column shows us the result of that operator, and the third column describes what the operator has done. So there you see in the first column len of 1 to 3. There is a list containing 3 elements, 3 integers 1 to 3, and I want the length of that list. Length of the list indicates the number of elements in that list. Length of the list indicates the number of elements in that list. So there you can see the answer as 3. The answer is 3, which indicates that there are 3 elements in the list. Now coming to the second operator, that is the plus operator. The plus operator is called as concatenating operator, which is used to combine any 2 or 3 more than one list. So here as an example, we have concatenated 2 strings containing 3 elements each. So the result of that plus operator is seen in the second column, that is all the 6 elements of the 2 lists have been concatenated to be in one list. Now we see operator multiplication there, but it is not called as multiplication, that is called as repetition operator. The repetition operator, as you look on the screen, it has repeated the string to the number of times it has been given there. So high exclamatory mark is a string because it is in between single quotes. So it is one of the only list containing one element, that is a string high, and now we have seen that as a result high has been printed 4 times. So that is called as the repetition operator. Now coming to the next operator, in operator. In operator tells us whether the element that has been specified is existing in the list or not. 3 in 1 2 3. So we are asking the Python compiler whether the element 3 is in the given list. So the answer is true because 3 is the third element in that list. So in operator gives us a result. If found, it gives us true answer. If it is not found, it gives us false as the answer. So in is called as the membership operator, whether the member, the element is existing in that list or not. Now coming to the for in operator, as you see the example there, for x in 1 2 3 print x. So the value of x has been given there as 1, next 2, next 3, that is a list. It is going to print the values in the list. 1 2 3 has been printed there. So this for in operator is called as the iteration operator. For loop here in Python is very much similar to the C language for loop, where there we see an expression containing for the initialization, testing condition. If it is true, goes into the body of the loop, then comes to the increment or decrement operator. There we see a procedure, but here for loop gives out all the values that are in the list, which is called as the iteration operator. Now coming to the next topic in operations on a list, we see that there is an indexing, slicing and matricing in Python. So let us take an example of a list. The name of the list is capital L, and we see there in the list 3 strings, the first string, second string and the third string. All the spellings are same, but the capitalization is different there. The first spam is in small letters, and the second spam, the first letter is capital letter, and the third spam, all the 4 letters are of capital letters. So here in the table given below, we can see the expression there, L of 2. That means give the output of the second element in the list L. So the answer is capital letters spam, because the small letter spam starts at 0, the second one starts at 1, and the third one starts at 2. So here L of 2 gives the third one as the answer. Now coming to L of minus 2, that is minus 2 represents the negative count from the right side. Minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. So there it has printed the capital S named spam. Now you see the third example, L of 1 colon, it is giving the starting range, but there is no ending range. So L of 1, L of 0 is small lettered spam, L of 1 is the spam that has been started with capital letter, and L of 2 is capital lettered spam. So here you can see that the range L of 1 has been given, but there is no the range that has to be ended there. So spam has been printed there. So see the difference, L of 2 and L of minus 2 is different. The next most important things that are to be learned on the operations on the list in Python, there are several built-in lists, functions and methods. That means list has some functions and list has some methods that are built in. So here we have to learn the built-in functions and built-in methods that can be performed on a list. So now let us study about the first built-in function, CMP list1, list2. CMP list1, list2. Here it compares the elements of list 1 and compares the elements of list 2. So CMP function is used for comparing any two lists. The second one, that is len of list. Len is the name of the function, list is the name of the list. So len of list gives the total length of the list. Here remember that the length of the list is the total number of elements, the count of the number of elements in the list. Now the third one, max of list. Max is the name of the function, list is the name of the list. So the max list returns the highest value element in that list, returns the item or element from the list with the maximum value. So when you want to get the highest value in the list, you need not search all the list, just you have to type max and the name of the list, then it gives out the maximum value. When you have to count the number of elements that are existing in the list, you may not have to count each one of them manually, just you have to give the function len of list, so it gives the total number of elements in that list. Now similarly min of list. Min of list gives the item with the minimum value, the element in the list with the very less value is being given as the output. So here these three things can be easily remembered. Length of the list gives the total number of elements in the list, that is the length of the list. Max of list gives the maximum value element in that list. Min of list gives the minimum value element in that list. Now there is an important function called as list seq. This is an important function. List seq converts the given tuple into a list. Because we didn't go into tuple, we'll be speaking about the tuple first. Just I'll give you an overview. List can be modified, list can be deleted, list can be added. So there are several things we can do on a list, but tuple cannot be used for such things. Tuple is only a read only list. We just can read the elements in a list, that's all. We cannot edit the elements in a tuple. So here there is an option to convert that tuple into a list. So a list that cannot be modified can be modified using the function list of seq. So list of seq is a function that converts a tuple into a list. Now coming to the methods in Python, list dot append object. This appends an object obj to the list. So it adds, if we want to add something into the list, it adds. So the next thing we see here, list dot count obj. If we want to count a particular object or a particular element that has been repeated in a list, then we can go for list dot count dot the braces that object. The third one, list dot extend seq. So here we can see that the contents can be appended to the sequence of that list. Next one, list dot index obj, returns the lowest index in list that object appears. List insert index comma object. If you want to insert a particular object into a particular place, then we have to give that object and also the place where it has to be added. Next one, list pop, that is pop, object is equal to list minus 1, removes and returns the last object from the list, because minus 1 is the last item or element in that list, whereas the 0 is the first item in the list. Remember that the left side object in an element, left side element in a list will be at the 0th place, whereas the rightmost element in a list will be at the minus 1 place. List dot remove obj removes a particular object, particular element from the list. List dot reverse, here we can see that the items in the list can be reversed in their places. The 0th element will go to the minus 1 place, the 1 index goes to minus 2, the 2 index goes to minus 3, and so on. So all the elements in the list can be reversed here. Now coming to list dot sort, the elements in the list can be sorted using the function list dot sort. The function is used to compare here. So just have a look on all the things that we have learned here. Basic list operations, len that gives the length of a particular list, plus symbol that is used to concatenate any two lists, multiplication symbol that is used to repeat a list. In operator that is used to find a particular element in a list, called as membership operator. For in operator that is used to iteration, which is similar to the C language for loop. Next, indexing, slicing and matrix. L of 2 gives the last thing here, because 0 1 2, remember 0 1 2, and the right one is at -1, so -2 will be the center span. L of 1 2, that is 1 colon, the first index, that is capital lettered starting spam till the capital lettered spam. Then we saw the CMP, which compares the elements in two lists. LEN, that gives out the length of the list, that is the number of elements in the list. Next, max of list, that means it gives the element with maximum value in the list. Min of list, it gives the minimum value of the elements that are existing in the list. And the important thing, list of SEQ, that means a tuple, that is a list that cannot be modified, is transformed into a list that can be modified. Tuple is converted into a list here. Now you can see the methods: list append, that appends object to the list; list count returns count of how many times an object occurs in a particular list; list.extend SEQ appends the contents of sequence to a list; list.index object gives the lowest index in list that object appears; list.index insert index comma obj inserts object into list at offset index; list.pop object is equal to list -1. -1 is the rightmost element in the list, so it removes the last object. List.remove object obj removes an object obj from that list. List.reverse reverses objects of list in place. Places are only changed here in reverse. List.sort function sorts object of list, where the compare function is also given here. So, dear students, please try to remember all these things while doing practical, because you may be asked to get the maximum value in that list. You need not go to search the monitor, keeping your finger on the monitor, going on searching in the list which is maximum. Just you have to type max of the name of the list. That's all. So functions have been designed to make the manual search very easily. Not only manual search, there are several manual things that can be done easily using functions if we know the functions and methods or the operations that can be done on a list. Thank you for your silent listening. Thank you.